Hello, friend. I hope that you're doing all right, but if not, I'll hope this will relax you. I will tell you a story of another adventure from Simona and her friends, Goo and Fia. And I really hope you will enjoy, and I really hope that it will be really relaxing. And don't worry if you haven't or don't remember the other episodes of Fia and Simona and them, because I try to make these stories so as to be able to watch them without watching the other episodes. But I'm glad to be back. I really try to, I'm gonna try even more to get more videos out and get my creative story juices flowing. But yeah, I think I'll just get right into the story now, as to not waste too much time, because I tend to make these stories, quite long when it comes to Simona. But I think this one is going to be a little bit more manageable, hopefully. So, Simona, Fia, and Goo, which is Simona is a human with, I actually don't even remember what she looked like, but she has either blonde or blue hair. Let's say go with blue. If she didn't have that before, she's changed it up. And she has, I should have looked up what she looked like before, but she probably has some colorful jacket, a green hoodie or something, a green jacket, some yellow pants maybe. And Fia is a fox, a very nice and red and white fox, and very shiny and beautiful fur. And Fia can talk. And then we have Goo, Simona's little crocheted doll that can also move and talk, and sits on her shoulders most of the time. And they are out to survive in a magical world. So what they do is they're gonna get a little odd job from one of the shopkeepers in this little village of traders called Trade Hillsville. And they look around and they look in different shops and ask around, and they come up to they come up to a shop that says Coocooroo Cooking Restaurant and Food Shop. So it both sells food and has a little bit of a restaurant, but it's not super busy. At least not right now or most of the time. Mostly people don't come here to visit unless they're just buying something from one of the shops in this little village, and then they usually go on their way. They don't spend any significant time here. But yeah, in this shop we have Jill, which is the cook. Hello. Hello there, strangers. How may I help you? He says, as Fia, Simona, and Goo walks into the shop. Simona says, "Oh, we were just looking for if you might need some help with any work or anything." And he says, "Oh, perfect. I have just the thing I need to get. You come perfect timing. It's a very rare specimen of spice, and it tastes so delicious, and it adds just the most magnificent little kick to food. Very, very fancy foods I can make with this. Oh yes, oh yes. All the nobility will be so intrigued when they try this out. But I'm all out of it. The spice is called Smarf, and it is quite a long way away. It is a few days walk. You'll have to also, you'll need to use this chicken, or this, he actually says you need to use this Coocooroo, which looks like a kind of chicken, as he as he shows Simona where it is. It looks like a chicken, but the feathers are nice and green. And well, they're white and green feathers, and the feet are dark green, and the beak is a bright white. And and you can see on this Coocooroo chicken kind of thing, instead of having a comb or a kind of mohawk, as chickens have on their head, this one has leaves there as a mohawk, and it looks quite pretty and cute. And you can see Simona and actually Jill says, yeah, you will need this Coocooroo to be able to find the spices. She's very trained very well to find lots of kinds of spices, and this very rare kind can be particularly hard to find unless you know what you're looking for. Unless, of course, your fox there will, I hope they won't eat up my Coocooroo friend. And Fia says, "Oh, of course I won't eat up the chicken. I can keep away from eating stuff. I'm not a foul animal, a wild animal that just savagely eats up everything in my path." And Jill says, "Oh, sorry. Of course not. You look way more sophisticated than that." Even though Fia does look, well, exactly like a normal fox, I would say. Maybe a little bit more shiny red in the fur. And then Goose says, "Oh, that is lovely then. We'll be on our way. What is this little chicken's name, if I may ask?" And Jill says, "Oh, it's Jam." And they go with Jam out. They got some directions, and Simona has a special compass that helps her find where she needs to go. And it does seem to line up this time where she expects to go. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's a little compass with a little tiny, like severed hand, and it looks like the little hand might be made of wood or something else rather than flesh, but it shows the way, and it is a long journey indeed. They start off walking pretty fine, and Simona, they start walking and talking about some stuff. Simona asks, "So, is there anything more about this magical world you haven't told me about, Fia? Something exciting?" Fia says, "I don't know. I haven't seen as much of the magic in the world as I would have liked to." Simona says, "Yeah, I see you're very excited about things magical and such." And Goo says, "Oh, is there anything both of you could tell me about the world in general? I don't know as much about the world as you do, because Goo was created by Fia and only came along not too long ago." And Fia says, "Yeah, it's hard to come up with any particular thing that is something about the world. It comes with a lot of ups and downs, that's for sure." Fia says, "Yes, that happens in the magical world as well. Lots of ups and downs, magical ups and downs, and regular ups and downs. I've spent a lot of my time in the forests, so I mostly only know about the magic of the forest. But yeah." And they talk and talk, but then some more days go by, and Fia says, let's play I Spy with my little eye. And Simona says, yeah, we've already played that game over and over. And we're out in a deserted plains with barely no plants or anything. We have already chosen all the things we could spy. I really don't want to play that game again. Fia says, but then what do you want to do? Or Fia says, but then what do you want to do? And Simona says, well, I don't know, we'll just keep walking, I guess. There's nothing magical here. I thought this magical world would have a lot more fun to offer. You know? It's like Fia. And Fia says, yeah, I agree. I agree that there isn't enough fun in this world. There really needs to be. Just because there's magic, there's not enough fun. And I always run out of fun stuff to do. That's why I joined up with you. You seemed like you were on the way to fun stuff the first time I met you. And Simona says, yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. All we need to do is get this job down and make some money to survive. At least we got some magical food. It's very interesting how because Jill gave them some food to take them along the long journey. And Simona says it's very interesting how the food can be so small and yet provide so much energy. That's quite handy, but not very exciting magic. And then some more days go by, and they walk, and they finally come to a playground. Where they decide to take some rest. The playground looks very deserted, like no one has played with it for a long time. And it doesn't really make sense that a playground would be out here in the middle of nowhere. But here it is nonetheless. So what they do is they sit down, and it's a bit foggy over this playground, and it's it's early in the morning, and the sun is just about to rise, and the lighting is very soft, and they sit, and Fia says, come on, let's just give up on this quest and go somewhere else. And Simona says, no, we gotta finish it. And Fia says, no, let's do something fun. We can come back to it. Otherwise, let's find a new creature, or let's explore a new area that has more to offer than this plain old desert. And Simona says, well, you have some carousels, or you have some slides and I don't know what they're called, like the spinny things here, and she spins around a little on it, and the swings. Why you always gonna why you always have to push me for something fun to do? Why can't you like come up with something fun yourself? And Fia says, well, I am just trying to brainstorm something to get something to happen. And the intensity in the voices start to get a little bit more intense. And you notice that they have been bothered by each other for quite some days now. And Simona says, well, you should be able to show me something magical that can bring us joy and happiness, something magical that can provide us with food and shelter. Why can't you show me around more in this world? It's like you won't. I always have to take the lead and find something fun, and only then you take over and jump out and you don't even think or plan anything or do any of the boring things. You always just do the fun things. And Sophia says, well, maybe I should leave you then and let you be on your own, because I can find fun things a lot better on my own. And Goo says, oh, please don't get mad. You know, it's only because of the long journey. Don't worry, says Goo. It's only because of the long journey. You should sit down, take some time apart, and think about it. And Simona says, I've thought about it the whole journey. And the more I think about it, I think we need to leave Fia out of our adventures, Goo. Because she doesn't appreciate our company anyway. And that was her only point for joining. And Fia says, yeah, that's the only point. And then they go out to sit at each end of the playground, one at one end and the other at the other. And then the creature, as they sit there, they just sit and they're still bored. Turns out that they're even more bored when they don't have each other. And they sit there a lot of the day, tired of all the walking. And Simone actually looks at her compass, and it shows that they are supposed to be here at this playground. So she goes around during the day and looks for something. And I don't know what Fia does. She just chases her tail a bit. But yeah, it just gets more and more dull. And Goo tries to cheer Simona up. Well, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. You have to, after this we might get something really exciting happening. But his words of encouragement doesn't help much. But then Simona thinks and thinks, and she then looks at Fia, who looks all sad, and Simona is disappointed that there is no magic, or she joined this magical world, but it's been a long time since she's seen any fun magic, anything that can help her out in her daily life. And then she remembers what she used to do before she joined this magical world, before she was transported, before she discovered there was more to her normal, ordinary world. She used to escape into fantasy. So now she decides to make her own magic. She decides to just play around on the playground. She starts running around on the spinny thing, and it catches Fia's attention, and she goes, "Look, I'm on top of the biggest dragon, and I'm going super fast." And it's very silly and childish, but she just yells out and holds out. She actually has a magical wand, although the only thing it can do is it can make things like levitate, or you can control things in the air with it once a day. But she holds it out as if she's a wizard who has tamed a dragon, but all she's going is around on this spinny thing. And she says, "I bet you can't defeat me." Fia the fox and Goose Eyes light up, or his button eyes get a shine to them, as he notices that Simona is trying to reach out to Fia again. And as Simona says, "I bet you can't defeat me, Fia the peasant fox. I am the great mage," with the dragon. And Fia starts to realize what is going on, and she runs up and says, "Oh, I'm not just a mere peasant. I have the power of being a dragon myself. I can spew fire hotter than any magical being." And they pretend that Fia fights down the dragon, and they fall down. And now it's just Simona and Fia on the ground. And they pretend that they realize that their powers combined can be used to create a magical village, and they pretend that they become the rulers of a little town, and this little town gathers creatures and monsters of every kind that they can take care of. Some reindeer with dragon wings and some bats that can fly through walls almost like they're ghostly, and some bunnies that can crawl through the ground as if they were worms faster than a person can run underground. And they make up these fantasy creatures, and they run around and make jokes about each other. Like, oh, I bet you would be the worst at taking care of animals, Fia. You would absolutely not be able to be a ruler of any animal sort of city. I guess I'll just have to take it from here and carry your carry you through your inabilities. And Fia says, well, at least I would be fun for the animals. I would make them want to follow us, you know. You would just be the boring old. But now, instead of bickering about how boring the other one is or how careless the other one is, they're laughing about it. And they start to realize, as they play around in this playground, some spirits of some kids start appearing around. And the kids pretend to be the villagers of the little town, and you see, with some magic, small houses start to appear, and one of the kids is also a wizard that helped them out. And they're all laughing and having fun and joining in. And now, with the magic of this playground and the spirit children, their stories kind of become real. Simona and Fia gets very surprised and amazed. They're like, who are you? And the children says, we are your loyal subjects, of course. Our queens. And this playground turned out to be very magical indeed. The children can make almost anything appear, and they're having fun and laughing. And all the creatures that Simona and Fia dreamed up became real. And they run around. And Simona says, oh, would you be able to create, or would you be able, do we have anyone in town who can make some, or can plant some seeds for the Smarf plant, the spice they needed to get? And indeed, with her word, one of the children became a farmer, a pretend farmer, but with the magic, they grow up real plants. And the Coocooroo gets all excited. The leaves on top of its head sprout into little twigs, and they dance around and point towards the little spice plants. And the Coocooroo picks them up and runs around and they have a jolly old time with all the children. And the children thank Simona and Fia for bringing joy to them once again. They thought it was lost forever for them, and they were stuck in a boring old place. But their imagination brought them to joyful life again. And after the day has gone and they have played around not only with their imagination, but the ghost children made it real magic. So Simona and Fia get to play around with real magic all day, and one of the kids put on a magic show where they made stars glitter all over the little village, shimmering and shining, and they made the houses walk with feet, and they made they pulled out bunnies from their hats, and they even flew. They could do anything because they had the power of imagination on their side. And the place was just such a more colorful place after Simona and Fia left. And the whole way back, Simona and Fia had wonderful stories to talk about. How it was quite exciting about how the evil villain of the town was hiding in a secret basement where it kept all the cookies it had stolen. Because the kids' idea of a villain was apparently a bunch of a cookie thief that took all the town's cookies. And all the animals made the kids gave them so much joy as well. And they felt quite fulfilled as they went back with the spices to Jill. And that's the end of their story for today. I hope that you have enjoyed. I hope it was interesting, but not too interesting. Maybe it was interesting enough for you to listen to, but relaxing enough for you to fall asleep to, if that is your goal of this relaxing story time. And I hope you leave this story time with me a bit more relaxed, a bit more worry-free, and a bit more comfortable. And I hope I see you again for my next little story time, because it's always fun to have you here, friend. And it's always fun to be imaginative and, free to travel any place, any world. So, see you soon, friend. Sleep well, or have a good day. Bye-bye.